Hello students, today I'll be discussing about dimensions and units. This is the lecture 2 of my course Hydraulics. In the previous lecture, in lecture number 1, I discussed about hydraulics, fluid mechanics and what are fluids, what are gases, what are solids. I gave just a brief idea. Okay. Now further, for studying the details of um, hydraulics, we have to have some idea about the units and dimensions also. Okay. Now what are dimensions? Now uh, you must have gone to some shop for purchasing, say, some item, uh, say rice. Okay. And you say, give me 1 kg of rice. Now this one is the quantity. Okay. And kg is the unit. It is actually kg weight. Okay. So kg is the unit. Okay. This is unit. So whenever you go to shop, okay, what you say, suppose you go to purchase uh, some rope. Now what will you say? You will say, give me 1 meter length of a rope. So here, this is a unit. This 1 meter unit specifies that the some quantity, it represents some quantity. It represents some quantity. Okay. Have you got the idea? This kg weight, this unit represents some quantity. Okay. Suppose a ball having mass 1 kg. So this is the unit, and the it represents mass. Okay. What is what is the quantity this meter represents? This represents length. Okay. Suppose you got a fever and you go to a doctor, and doctor checks you with the help of thermometer, and he will say that you have a fever of 100 degrees Celsius. Say, let us suppose. Okay. So what is this degree Celsius? This is the unit, and this unit represents some quantity. And what is that quantity? Temperature. Have you got the idea? So units are the quantitative, so you can say, parameter to it represents some quantity. Okay. Quantity in the sense, I mean, physical quantity or the fundamental quantity. Okay. In that sense, I'm using this terminology, quantity. Quantity means physical, some fundamental quantity. We have 7 fundamental quantities, so in that sense I'm using this term, quantity. Okay. So this unit represents a fundamental quantity. Okay. Dimensions also represents a physical variable, and it expresses that physical variable quantitatively. But there is some difference between these two, between dimension and between units. Now let me give you another example. Okay. Let me give you another example. Okay. So suppose to represent length, we can say either 1 meter. Okay. 1 meter, or you can say 100 centimeter. Okay. Or you can say 10 to the power minus 3 kilometer. There are, we can use three different units for a single physical quantity. Similarly, for say mass, okay, we can say 1 kg of mass, we can say 1 pound of mass, we can say 1 ounce of mass, like this. And similarly for other quantity like temperature, we can use degree Celsius, we can use degree Fahrenheit, we can use Kelvin. So there are several units representing a single physical or fundamental quantity. Okay. Now in hydraulics, sometimes we do some experiments, and based on that experiments we analyze some variables. Okay. And using those variables we try to make a build up an equation, a model, a relationship between those variables. Okay. Now in order to make those variables, to predict the relationship between those variables, we have to first analyze that whether that variable is useful or not. In that scenario, there by making that model, that relationship, there is a term, that there is a tool that we use, is called dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis. This dimensional analysis, this tool help us to verify the variables, that whether this variable is suitable in this relationship or not. If suppose we have a equation, say a is equal to b plus c, then with the help of this dimension analysis we can verify the validity of this equation also. So this is a very good tool. Okay, this is very useful in hydraulics. So for that purpose we need dimensions. There we can't use units. Okay, we have to use dimensions, because units may be different, maybe meter, centimeter, kilometer, kg, pound, ounce. This depends upon the choice of variable, or the choice of units, or the quantity of it, the magnitude of the unit. Okay, for higher magnitude we use astronomical unit also, huh? We use astronomical unit also if this is very large. So dimension is useful because it represent a single dimension, represent a single fundamental quantity. Let us take an example. Say for length, length represents some distance. Okay, it may be any distance, sorry, displacement. Okay, you must know about the difference between these two. Okay, there length also represents height. Length, width, all these represent length. Okay, so we have associated a dimension which represents all these different quantities. So the dimension for length is L. Similarly, mass. For mass there are different units, but dimension for mass is M. Similarly, for temperature, dimension for temperature is, sorry, not K, okay, theta. And there is another time. Similarly for dimension for time is second. Now whenever we see this symbol, we know that it represents length. This represents mass. This represents time. This represents temperature. Okay. And these dimensions will be further used for purpose of analysis, and also while deriving the units we can also take the help of these dimensions also, and for checking the validity of the equation we can also use dimensional analysis. Okay, this slide I have already explained. This is again, I have explained this slide also. Okay, so these are the fundamental quantity: mass, length, time, temperature, and these are the dimensions associated with each fundamental quantity. These are the SI units. SI units, these are very important. Again, these are all the fundamental quantities. Okay, now we know that there are 7 basic fundamental quantities. Out of these 7, we use more frequently these 4 fundamental quantities in hydraulic. So I have only selected these 4 because we use all these quantity readily in our hydraulics. So that's why I have taken out from the 7 basic. There are other 3 basic fundamental quantity: luminous intensity, okay, uh, mole means quantity of substance. So these are other quantities also. Now this table represents the derived quantities. Area is a derived quantity. So area means length into breadth into height. Okay, so length represents the dimension for length is L. Sorry, not height. I'm sorry. Length into breadth, area. So length, the dimension for length is L, and the dimension for breadth is L. So this will give you L square. Okay, and SI unit is meter square. Similarly for volume, this is length into breadth into height. So again for length L into L into L, L cube, this will give you meter cube. Similarly velocity means distance over time. For distance, again the dimension is L, and time it is second, so it is t minus time, the unit is second but dimension is t, so LT minus 1. Okay, unit will be meter per second. For acceleration means change in velocity means v by t. The dimension for velocity is LT minus 1, and 1t is from here, so it will be LT minus 2. The dimension will be LT minus 2 meter per second square. Okay, force. So force means force equal to mass into acceleration. The dimension for mass is m, and for acceleration it is LT minus 2, so this will be MLT minus 2. And remember this SI unit for force is Newton. For pressure is force over area, or stress, pressure or stress both have the same dimensions. For force we have MLT minus 2 and area is L2. Then it will give you this dimension. Okay, similarly for energy or work, for density is mass over volume. Okay, so mass over volume, mass is m, volume is L3, so it is ml minus 3 kg per meter cube. For dynamic, this density, dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity, and so these quantities, these are the properties for of a fluid, we will use it in our further calculations, and I have discussed these properties in my lecture 3. Okay, you must not uh, fail to watch this lecture. You should watch this lecture, because I have discussed the fundamentals here, the basics here. Okay, this is the property of solid, sorry, not solid but fluids, I'm sorry, properties of fluids. So you should watch this lecture. Okay, go to my channel and watch this lecture. Okay, and so all these are all those derived quantities which we will be using in our hydraulics. Okay, there are several derived quantities, but I have selected few which we will be using in our study. Okay, if you have any question regarding this dimension unit, you should ask me. Okay, you should post your questions in the comments, you should message me at the WhatsApp group. Okay, you feel free to ask any question. Okay, I encourage you to ask questions, only then you will learn. So ask your question and post your question in the comments, only then I will be knowing that you are studying well. Now the another application uh, of dimensions is all the equations which we study, and all the equation which we will be studying in our hydraulic subject, all those all those equations should be dimensionally homogeneous. What is the meaning of dimensionally homogeneous? Dimensionally homogeneous means, suppose we have some equation a plus b equal to c. Suppose this is some equation. This is the first term, this is second term, and this is third term. The dimensions of all these terms should be same. Suppose dimension of this term is, say, this m, then the dimension of this should also be m, and this should also be m. If all these dimensions are not same, then we will say that this equation is not dimensionally homogeneous, and hence it is not valid. Okay, so you must know that all the equations should be dimensionally homogeneous. If it is not dimensionally homogeneous, then there is some missing variable over there. Okay, so this is the use of dimensional analysis. Suppose another example, say this is a Bernoulli equation, this is pressure P, okay, this is half rho V square, and this is rho times G times Z equal to constant. So each and every term here should have the dimensions to be same. So what should be those dimensions? The dimension here, dimension of pressure is what? Dimension of pressure is ml minus 1 T minus 2. How you can find out the dimension of pressure? Pressure is force over area. The dimension of force is mass into acceleration over area. Mass m, acceleration lt minus 2, area L2. So solving this, you will get dimension of pressure equal to ml minus 1 T minus 2. Now solving for this. Rho means density is mass over volume. Mass means m, volume means L3, so L minus 3 into V square, rho V square. V square means L T minus 1 square, which is equal to m L minus 3 into L2 t minus 2. Okay, multiply this here. So it will give you m L, solve this one, minus 1 t minus 2. So dimension of this term is also equal to ml minus 1 t minus 2. Again, you can also solve for this one, rho times g times z. Rho having dimension ml minus 3. G is having dimension, g is acceleration. Acceleration means L t minus 2. And z should have a dimension L. So it is m L into L square minus 3 L minus 1 t minus 2, again the same dimension. So dimension of all these three terms are same. Now there is a question. Okay, these equations have two sides. One is left hand side, another is right hand side. What about this? What is the dimension of this? What is your answer? What is the dimension of right hand side? This is some constant. What is the dimension of a constant? Okay, the left hand side satisfied the dimensional homogeneity. That is dimension of all these three terms. This term, second term, third term, dimension of all these terms are equal, and that is equal to ml minus 1 t minus 2. Okay, this satisfied. But what about this constant? What is the dimension of this constant? You have to figure out this. What about this? What is the dimension of this right hand side in Bernoulli equation? This is your homework. Do this homework, okay, and answer me in the comment box, or you can post your homework on my website. Okay, so this is your homework. What is the dimension of right hand side in Bernoulli equation? You have to figure this out. Okay, so this is the second lecture of my course, hydraulics. I have discussed in this lecture about dimensions. I tried to give you a brief idea about dimensions. I have also discussed about units. I have discussed some quantities and a very important principle, that is principle of dimensional homogeneity. Okay, you should go through this slide. I will be posting this slide on this website. Download this slideshow, study this slideshow. I will be also posting the entire course material on this website. I will be posting all the video lectures, so keep visiting this website. Only then you will be get updated. Okay, so thank you.